and welcome to Miranda Made. It's been a while, I know, since I posted anything, but I found some amazing sewing finds at thrift stores and antique shops that I just wanted to share with you in case you need to know some great ideas for finding vintage patterns, vintage sewing supplies, and more. Let's get into the video. This is the grand collection of birthday presents from in the spring and antique finds, even $1 store find, which I wanted to mention, as well as thrift store finds and Etsy finds and gifts from family members that were relative sort of passed down little treasures. So here it is in one big spread out pile for you to see. And let's just talk about some of these things and where you can find some. Okay, so first of all, I want to start with the pattern finds. This was a $2 purchase at an antique store. You cannot find $2 vintage sewing patterns like this on Etsy. Absolutely not. You're going to be paying at least 12 to 15 because of how old this pattern is. I was so excited about that. And then here is this lovely one. This one I did find on Etsy, which I spent in the $5 range. But again, 1950s stuff is really hard to find for cheap, like $5. That's nothing. So if you keep looking and looking and looking, you can find good deals. Look at this lovely pattern. It was another Etsy purchase. Also, I was tickled pink about the price for this because, again, not cheap. This is edging on more 1950s, 1960s. This next pattern was another antique store find for $2. I was really excited to find this. It's an easy pattern, but so cute. And again, the antique store apparently is much better and cheaper and more unique stuff than what I usually find on Etsy. Nevertheless, again, here's another Etsy find. Etsy does have good things, but yeah, people are there to make money off the patterns. So you have to keep that in mind. But look at this rare find. I love this blouse. It's my perfect size and voila, so cute and unique. Here, this one was another Etsy find. This one is not actually my size, but I like it because of the fact that it's maternity, so it's going to be bigger than it looks, and after I make it, nobody's going to know that it's actually maternity. I can wear it for every day. This is my first mail-ordered pattern. Not as in I ordered it in the mail, but it is traditionally a mail-order pattern. I've often looked at these, but again, usually they're so expensive on Etsy, but this one was a great price, and look, I got some free tea with it, although I'm having a lot of trouble taking it off the plastic. Okay, so for this one here, I found this for 25 cents at a thrift store. Unbelievable, unheard of, 25 cents. Oh my gosh, it blew my mind. So check out those little thrift stores because you might find an amazing deal. Back to Etsy. This one is a reproduction pattern, but it's really hard to find 1940s patterns that fit larger bodies. So this is another 1950s, 1940s look, and I love the hat, and it was a great Etsy purchase. Okay, going on, another reproduction pattern coming up for you, and we have a 1950s peplum top. I love peplum, and it has two different lengths, so I'm really excited to try this out, and again, a great price. This next one was, yet again, 25 cents. I was like, what?
I have to try this. I was looking for this specific pattern, but when I saw it for 25 cents, what the heck? Why not try it? You can't beat that. So yeah, another reproduction from 1950.
Then I was able to pick up a couple of men's sewing patterns, which are hard to find. I did find them on Etsy. And this was really, I can't wait to make this for my husband. I think he's going to love it, and it's going to look really good on him. This one was another Etsy find. Men's women's robe pattern. Now, I was a little disappointed in the seller because I ordered the large size and she sent me the small, but I have been waiting for 3 months to get to America to actually collect this, so it is what it is. Another Etsy find. I love this one. This seller I have bought from more than once, and I think their stuff is awesome. This one, kind of modern, not my taste, but for 25 cents, what the heck? If you need a business suit, now we can make one. On to some children's patterns here. Again, you can find great 25-cent finds. And normally I don't really look for older children's patterns because I want to just stick kind of with baby for a while. But if it's 25 cents, you might as well stock up. Here's another one just like that. They're really, really cute. And this one won't be difficult to make. So in this next one, of course, back on Etsy, I probably spent $5 or less. Sometimes you can find children's patterns for even cheaper, like $2 to $3, which is great because maybe not as many people make or sew for their children. But look at this, the cowboy outfits. This is a definite rare find, and for only $2 at an antique store, I was so unbelievably excited about it. This one over here, as you can see, is another 25-cent find. That was so exciting because, yeah, 25 cents. Again, I know, I keep saying the same thing, but it's just unheard of. Here's another $2 find at the antique store. And you just never know. I thought, well, why go to an antique store? It's going to be really expensive. You know, maybe they're just expecting collectors, but I was surprised to find their prices were really great. And again,
This 1960s pattern is going to be harder to find. The earlier the pattern, the more difficult it will be probably to find online or in a store. Again, this one, I wasn't exactly looking for it, but for 25 cents, again, I thought, why pass it up?
so as you can see, there's a kind of a trend here going on. You can find good prices on Etsy, but I would say when it comes to Etsy, you're going to have to hunt. Because, of course, they're going to advertise to you the higher priced items. But don't give up. I mean, if this is like it is for me, this is your hobby, then you can't go out and spend a ton of money on stuff. The best place of all time, of course, is the thrift stores. They're so much cheaper. I can't say how much I recommend going to the thrift stores. And not all thrift stores are the same. I went to several different ones. Some, they were much higher priced. Some, they were lower. And then last, go ahead and check out the antique stores because you know what? They might not be as pricey as you expect, especially if you're going to a smaller town area where maybe sewing isn't that popular or this niche of vintage finds isn't as popular. Well, I hope I haven't rambled on too much, but look at these sewing notions, these vintage style fabrics, these vintage style ribbons and binding and rickrack, which where I'm at, rickrack is really hard to find. Not to mention fabric is so expensive in the stores. What the heck? But look at these fabrics that I found for $2 and $3. And this one here is linen. Linen is really expensive. Now, of course, it's not marked linen. You're going to have to know by kind of feel and guess even the size. They're rolled up in bundles like this. I mean, it is a slight gamble because, okay, probably not 5 yards or here. And I typically need 4 to 5 yards to make a dress. But what the heck? This is so cheap. And they're really cute. And this jersey knit, surely I can do something with this. And for just a few dollars, it's a quarter of the price of what you would pay in a retail store like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And some of these are even vintage prints, which you can tell. So definitely check out your thrift stores, check out your antique stores, because you might find great deals. This here is a scarf that I got from some family members, which I can just, use as an accessory. The one behind it, which I didn't pick up to show you closer, but those are pieces of fabric that Dollar General sells, a bundle for $5. Yeah, this one here. So, you can use that in quilting if you do that, and that's a pretty good price. And this is a cute kind of bee design. So you never know where you're going to find really good deals. You've just got to look around. These are lovely doilies that I got from my aunt, and they were made by my aunt and my grandma and probably even my great-grandmother. And some people, they don't want them anymore. But for me, these are family heirlooms and so beautiful that I want to display them either in picture frames or on top of dressers and things like that.
Well, I sincerely hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next sewing video where we will be making an actual sewing pattern. Thanks for watching.